Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Up next for Roundabout Theatre Company is Lindsey Ferrentino's new play, Amy and the Orphans, directed by Scott Ellis. It will open on March 1st at the Laura Pels Theatre, and we drop by the rehearsal room to meet the exciting company. How excited are you?
Thank you. Very. I have a lot of theater background, so something this upscale is, hopefully I don't fall.
Not gonna fall. Is it a pinch me moment, like just being in this rehearsal room with this incredible cast?
I love it. I've known Lindsey Ferrentino for quite some time. I have some history in knowing Scott Ellis. He was part of a reading in Vassar, so he knows my voice.
How excited were you when you realized the role and what this play says, what it means to you?
It's incredible. I've been part of it ever since the beginning, actually, when Lindsey first started this in the Yale School of Drama. It's been ever since then. There's been several drafts of this play, and now it's finally here.
You know, a lot of people will be coming to see this because they're fans of yours from American Horror Story.
Yeah.
And, you know, they may be coming to the theater for the very first time, and it's going to change their way. What that means to you?
It's a humbling experience that now people are going to see another side of who I am, a very personal side of who I am.
Well, first of all, welcome back to Roundabout. How exciting is this, working on this show?
Well, I love this show. I think Lindsey Ferrentino, our playwright, is extraordinary. She's written a wonderful play. It's really moving and it's really funny. And we have a great cast, and being directed by my dear, dear, sweet friend, Scott Ellis, who I did my other two shows at Roundabout with. So it's lovely, and I love being back at the Roundabout. Love it.
Now, who do you play?
I play Maggie. I play Amy's sister. Amy is our young woman with Down syndrome, and Mark Blum and I are her older brother and sister, who we've come to pick her up. And you see, we're on a road. Lot of this play takes place in a car, and we're on a road trip to drive back to Montauk for our father's funeral memorial service.
Now, who do you play?
I play Jacob, a middle school teacher from California who has to come fly east and deal with complications and resolving family certain issues involving the passing of our parents in the family, and so and in the process, of course, dealing with family and family in every sense of the word, and what it means to be family. What is it? What are the responsibilities of being in a family? What are the burdens of being in a family? And what are the joys of being in a family? What are the rewards of being in a family? And what does even family mean? And how are the different ways we define what a family is?
You've enjoyed an incredible turn on The Walking Dead. I mean, millions of fans around the world love this show. How cool is it that people may be coming to the theater for the very first time because they're like, hey, I know him from The Walking Dead, and it sort of changes their life of seeing something live, what that means to you?
Yeah, it's really exciting to think about The Walking Dead fans coming to the theater to see a live performance. You know, we do these fan conventions all over the world, and we get to meet with the fans and to hear their stories and that sort of thing. To know that, you know, I'm not going to go do a lot of those fan conventions because I'm going to be here, and if you want to see me, you got to come to me. That's pretty exciting because we're going to show them a great show. They're going to have a great time in New York City. They're going to, you know, just have a blast.
My Aunt Amy had Down syndrome and was raised during a time in this country where my grandparents were told to put her into foster care. So she was raised in group homes and foster homes and sort of bounced around through the system. And she was brought to our family for vacations and visits, but never sort of a daily member of our family. And so the play after her death is really about me trying to figure out what was our relationship with her, how well did we know her as a person, did she consider us family, even though we sort of only dropped into her life and didn't know her on a daily basis, didn't know her routines, and what, you know, how do you define family? How do, you know, siblings define family, parents define family, and what does that mean to say that we understood who she was as a person? Well, I wrote the play for Jamie because Jamie was who I met, and I just absolutely fell in love with her. We had a coffee where she told me about, you know, she was walking in New York's Fashion Week and doing press for American Horror Story, and she just, an hour with her just sort of blew my mind about what, you know, what people with Down syndrome are capable of and how independent she was. And so I left that meeting promising to write her a play. And that was sort of the idea, was I needed a female with Down syndrome to play my Aunt Amy. And then I we recast the play, we're ready to have an understudy, and so I went back to the agent who set me up with Jamie, and I said, I don't care about gender this time, I just want to find another really exciting actor. And so I met with Eddie Barbanel. Well, he's from Florida. I was visiting my family in Florida. We met at a diner in South Florida, and I said, don't prepare anything, I just want to meet and just have a conversation, I'll tell you about the play. And he showed up with Puck, Henry V, Julius Caesar, and Romeo, just completely off book, and was performing Shakespeare over an ice cream. And I had to write him a version of the play as well and include him in the experience. So if you see the play when Jamie Brewer's on stage, it's called Amy and the Orphans. And then if you see the play when Eddie Barbanel is on stage, it's called Andy and the Orphans.
It means a lot to me because it spreads acceptance, inclusion, respect, and showing compassion to people with intellectual disabilities or special abilities or diffability, like Tim Schreiber puts it.
What are you looking forward to the most?
To bring unity, to become unified, to showcase people with disabilities on a positive light. This play promotes people with disabilities. And I'm glad to be here. Broadway is sunk into here. Acting is my first love. I love acting.
Here we are in the rehearsal room again, here at Roundabout. How excited are you, Scott?
I'm very excited. I love this play. I love the play. I love what it says. I love that it's a Down syndrome actor who is the lead of this show. I love that it's a strong story about her. So I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. I love it.
Here there's also going to be special performances which have sold really well.
Yeah, it's really sort of remarkable is these performances that allow all people with any type of handicapped or visual or sense, they're called sense performances, where they're able to, feel free to speak, to get up, to walk around, whatever they need. That's not something that they're welcomed in other situations for a regular theater going. And this is really, these performances are welcome to everybody on whatever, wherever you are, as far as able to hear or listen to a story and introduce some people to theater, which before were not able to.
So when you first got the play and you read it, what went through your mind and why you wanted to do it?
What went through my mind was I was about 8 months pregnant with my third child, who was a girl, and the character that I'm playing has just had her third child that's a girl, and she's making this incredibly difficult decision because she has a child who's born with Down syndrome, because I know how much goes into having any number of children, and I know what this mother is going through. She has 2 small children. She has a job. She's trying to raise these 2 small children. She's living in a society that is set up with no support for her, for her family, and a society in which, literally the doctors just come to you in the hospital when you give birth to the child and say, we should just take it to an institution. And just to think about that difference between then and now, thank God, we have evolved and changed and had incredible, advocates who have changed society.
It's just a great play that is really brings forth the idea to a wide audience how people who are differently abled, and specifically in this case, those with Down syndrome, are capable of having all sorts of jobs, be incredibly productive members of the society, are not to be relegated to some institution. And here they are, leads in this play, at the Roundabout, you know what I mean? And it's amazing. And I don't remember a play having Down syndrome actors, so maybe there has been, but this is just, they're amazingly talented, just in and of themselves. They're incredibly talented, and I feel blessed that I get to interact a lot with them, because my character, is with them, and so I'm having a great time. I'm having a really great time.